very bright future for Emiliano Alvarado. He's next.
How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car you like.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Find your next possibility on cars.com.
Del Taco's crispy jumbo shrimp tacos. Get 2 for just $6. Only at Del Taco.
Jack, tell me one core value you live by.
Good things come to those who order my much better deals for $4.49. Choose between a Junior Jumbo Jack meal or Junior Chicken Sandwich meal. Some say be the change. I say keep the change.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Build storage your way. U.S. General. Only at Harbor Freight.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder. And you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, then why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompts directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. The same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
A great Sunday here in Vegas after a massive Saturday night with the UFC BMF title on the line. And this is the kind of frequency that you want to see in the sport. And that's what Zuffa Boxing is providing for Emiliano Alvarado and for Eric Rosado. They have each fought in recent weeks, and now they meet up here. And here comes Eric Rosado. Super quick turnaround. He just fought 15 days ago. Dre, you got to keep that knife sharp in this business if you want to be a better fighter.
No, these guys are keeping the knife real sharp. 15 days, 21 days. That Max always talks about the good old days.
Right.
That's how they used to fight the good old days.
We are in the good old days, guys. The good old days are right now. 3 weeks ago in a win, 2 weeks ago in a win, come back and fight each other. That, by the way, we're in Zuffa 4 already.
That was back on February 21st in Washington, D.C., when Rosado went 8 rounds and took a decision win. And now the familiar sight here for us as we welcome back Emiliano Alvarado. And we were all really impressed by what he did, Max, against Devin Gant. Weathered an early storm and came up big.
And when you see Robert
What up?
Garcia walk a guy into the ring,
Cole
it's an
just chilling, bro.
indicator of
Tired.
Doesn't mean he's going to win the fight, but it means that this is a real fighter who comes from a real gym culture, who has one of the best trainers in the world instructing him. You expect that fighter to be prepared and be
What y'all think about
skilled
Zuffa
and be
Boxing?
tough if he's coming out of Robert Garcia's gym.
Alvarado and Rosado to get Zuffa 4 underway. There is the tail of the tape, and look no further than the top left-hand corner and see 18 years old is Alvarado, already 10-0 and forging ahead in his career. To get the night started, that's going to be capped with a world title on the line. Here's Joe Martinez.
Gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to the Meta Apex here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we welcome you once again to Zuffa Boxing 4.
Yo, man. Yeah, go ahead and follow.
Versus Clanton. And now, fight fans, we are set to go 6 rounds as scheduled in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, Wearing solid blue trunks, he weighed in officially 124 1/2 pounds. In 20 professional fights, his record stands at 16 victories, 4 defeats, 11 wins, coming by way of knockout from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Here is Eric El Flash Rosado! And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black trunks, he weighed in officially 125 1/2 pounds. In 10 professional fights, he stands perfect in the ring. 10 victories, no defeats, 6 big wins coming by way of knockout, presenting the undefeated featherweight from Coachella, California, Emiliano Alvarado. And your referee in charge.
Oh, shoot. Damn it. Messed up. Gotta get it back.
Listen, it's called Connect Team, and it's insane. I don't do schedules or timesheets manually anymore. And it works?
Okay, let's go. Better than him. Just finish the fight.
Strong. Give him a good finish. Emiliano Alvarado, for the full course of the fight, she's been doing great work like that. Just well-placed body shots, no particular area. Just letting the shots go where he can. Those shots are debilitating, and they drain you very, very quickly.
Dre, he has landed 30 body punches to this point. Of course, body punch that opened up the door for the left hook up top in round number 2. That's the lone knockdown we've seen so far. Listened into the corner of Rosado. He told him, you got to go out and win this round. Win this round. Win this round no matter what. Scorecards that would make common sense that he's got to score a knockdown. A knockout here.
Yes. I think Rosado needs to knock him out twice at this point.
Damn. So got to get a knockout.
First time Rosado threw a body shot. A little late.
I got to say, guys, it's a good performance by Alvarado, obviously, against the guys I mentioned. He's coming off an upset win. He's 16-4. He has some ability. But given the shape that Rosado was in after that knockdown, I'm sure Robert Garcia will have some things to say to him about finishing fights after this.
They also got it on
about
Zuffa.
a minute 10 to work with on the back end there.
I just got a kid that I know that's fighting.
He also was hurt late in round
from my hometown,
and
Brady
finishing, I
Ochoa.
don't even necessarily mean in the round he had him hurt, he had to stop him, but to keep doing the things that he was doing that led to that knockdown in the first place and applied them a little more consistently. I don't think this fight goes to this.
Yeah, Alvarado definitely had opportunities to stop this fight, but this is how you want it. You want to be able to go back to the drawing board on a win and a great performance just to tinker and get better.
Suéltalo, sigue, suéltalo. Suéltalo, let him go. Let him go. No, let him go. You're holding. Box.
I think Zuffa's going to take, definitely have a huge impact on the boxing game, though.
Those debilitating body shots there
Yes, sir.
well
Yes, sir.
from Alvarado. Left hook came upstairs again on the back end of it. Yes, sir. We're going to line up that power hand. Snaps back the head with a jab, and now posting to line up that right hand as the target.
Alvarado's got to finish that great right hand with the left hook. He's got to wipe his nose with the left hook, and this fight could be over.
You see damage on the face of Rosado.
Stop. Don't hold. Abrazando.
Rosado's just trying to get to the finish line right now. Alvarado's done more damage here in the final minute of round 6.
The fact that Rosado is still in there, not only throwing hard punches, but doing it with some semblance of a game plan is, it deserves some recognition.
It does. Tough Dominican fighter who lives in Houston, Texas, on the quick turnaround to take this opportunity at Zuffa Boxing 4. But he ran into a guy who's starting to emerge now as one of the young prospects to watch, and that is Emiliano Alvarado. The 18-year-old featherweight from the famed Robert Garcia Academy. Emiliano Alvarado. We'll take a quick break. Make it official.
I've recently come to learn that a lot of founders and marketers don't quite know how to look up their competitors' marketing strategies. I personally like using this with the startups that I work with to look up what channels the top competitors are using to market their company, as well as finding the campaigns which are driving the best results. Let's imagine you have a generative AI startup that helps people write copy for different social posts. You want to go on here and list all of your different competitors. This will then help you understand which of your competitors are actually performing well. Now, we want to click here to understand which of the channels are sending the most traffic to their website.
For the main
and then
event.
Here to look at which
Who you
platform
got for
is
the main
working
event?
best regarding their content strategy. If we want to look at which specific campaigns that were running at specific times had the best results, we can do this by changing the timeline to look for any peaks in the graph. They currently have a 7-day trial, so if you want to start strategizing, you can find it in the links below.
Emiliano Alvarado set the tone in this fight right there with a great body shot and a left hook for good measure up top. And though Rosado continued to fight, he never really recovered from that left hook.
Let's go up to the ring to Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see it. 59-54, your winner by unanimous decision. He is still undefeated, Emiliano Alvarado.
Okay.
Emiliano Alvarado, now 11-0, and that is how we open up Zuffa Boxing 4. Of course, we have had some fantastic moments in the early goings of Zuffa Boxing. Take a look and enjoy.
Fitting my gloves on, ready to knock out the lights. Or anything that's in my way, I'm never going down without a fight. Get out of my way.
And knockout for Jamar Talley.
I was made for this, I don't have.
That is outrageous. What a performance by Jembeckov. Spectacular knockout win.
For this.
Statement made. Epic Ajagba.
Efe Ajagba, of course, a big presence in the heavyweight rankings. We will have the cruiserweights on display tonight. The Cruiserweight World Championship will be up for grabs here on Zuffa Boxing 4 here in Vegas. Meta Apex will be home to it as we march onward. Brady Ochoa's another 18-year-old looking to advance himself and looking to impress. Hoping to keep forward steps going in his young career as he takes on the California native, Adrian Serrano.
My name is Brady.
Let's see what. Yes, that's getting ready for the next fight. It's coming up. Let's see what we got.
Hi, Mrs. Thompson. How can we help you today? With Quo's business phone system, you can automatically route calls to the right person on your team so you can stay focused on the task at hand.
So glad we got this all worked out. We'll see you Friday at 10 a.m.
And with Quo's call summaries and recordings, you can keep track of every conversation so you don't miss a single thing. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Try for free today.
There's one major difference between a talk that gets 4,000 views versus a talk that gets 4 million views. And it's not what you think. This is something no one in the speaking world ever talks about. And this is like the thing that led to me speaking at the United Nations 4 times in front of 10,000 people, at Disney, KPMG, Morgan Stanley, Lululemon. And that is just like I live in this odd, unique tree house here, a few feet away from my baby mama over here, and a friend of ours that lives down there. And just like people are like, wow, you live in a freaking tree house? Someone lives in there? What is that like? We need people talking like that about you as a speaker. So in a world where everyone's trying to land podcasts and build followings and land speaking gigs, you have to stand out so that the speaker bookers that have a budget of $10,000 to pay you to speak leave all the other choices behind, pick you to be on their stage because of what I call your USM, which stands for your unique speaking mechanism. Because there's a thing that makes sense for you to talk about. It's the thing that you think you're going to speak about, but there's something deeper that most speakers don't ever access. And this is the thing that has booked me over 100 paid speaking gigs all over the world. I've spoken on 5 continents because of this thing, and most people completely miss it. It's called your unique speaking mechanism. This is the thing you would die for. This is the thing that makes you you. This is the thing that your childhood, your relationship with your parents, your adolescence, and your entire life culminates into that will make you a 10 times more powerful speaker than you could ever perceive yourself to be. Now, I want to show you how to tap into this USM. I also want to show you how we title a talk in alignment with that USM, how we write a talk that embodies that USM, and how we pick the right stage so that your USM.
Winner by way of knockout. Against heavy-handed brutalizer Brandon Glanton. With the Zuffa Boxing World Cruiserweight Championship at stake. Zuffa Boxing 4, Opataya versus Glanton. Only on Paramount Plus. Tonight, Zuffa Boxing returns with a night built for pure impact. In the main event, the reigning Cruiserweight King, Jai Opataya. Your winner by way of knockout. Against heavy-handed brutalizer Brandon Glanton. With the Zuffa Boxing World Cruiserweight Championship at stake. Zuffa Boxing 4, Opataya versus Glanton. Only on Paramount Plus. Tonight, Zuffa Boxing returns with a night built for pure impact. In the main event, the reigning Cruiserweight King, Jai Opataya. Your winner by way of...
The fight capital of the world. Vegas, we're back, where fortunes are won and lost. And that's the case in our main event. A championship fight is on deck. All eyes on Zuffa Boxing 4. As the best cruiserweight in the world, Jai Opataya makes his 8th title defense against the heavy-handed Brandon Bulletproof Glanton. And in this very ring tonight, the stakes are much higher. History will be made as the first ever Zuffa title is on the line. And you know what they say? No pressure, no diamonds.
Once upon a time, being the champ in boxing meant something. The champion was the best in the world because he fought and beat the best. The championship belt was one of the greatest status symbols and most valuable prizes in sports. It was won with talent and skill, with blood and guts, and heart and will. The substance of those warriors who became champion imbued the championship belt in boxing with meaning, not a cheap trinket like so many of the belts of recent years, other than the Ring Magazine belt, of course, which has always been awarded to the actual champion.
I want to be the first undisputed Zuffa champion.
Jai Opataya is the #1 200-pound fighter in the world. He fought 9 out of 12 rounds with a fractured jaw against one of the best in the history of his weight class to earn that distinction. He's putting his undefeated record on the line against the relentless power-punching contender. The universally recognized champion will walk out of the ring with the first ever diamond-studded Zuffa Boxing Championship belt with his win engraved on it, and the black diamond added for every title defense, a literal notch in his belt. This is a new era for boxing.
but we are fired up as we're hours away from crowning the first ever Zuffa champion. Hello and welcome into Zuffa Boxing 4. I'm Molly Karam here with my guys Antonio Tarver, the former champ, and Mark Kriegel. Gentlemen, we have had this one circled on our calendars for a minute now. I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. You know, Jai Alvarado is a real killer, but he's not in easy tonight because he's fighting Glandon, that's a junkyard dog. And I think with the power these both have, it's going to be astonishing tonight.
They call it bulletproof for a reason.
A lot of belts. One best cruiserweight. You see him soon enough.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at this card right now. So our main card kicks off at 9 p.m. Eastern, our 3 fights. The first ever Zuffa Championship is on the line in our main event, and it follows 2 evenly matched fights. Mexican welterweights, Ricardo Salas and Jesus Sriracho, they face off in our co-main event. And a pair of 14-0 featherweights, Adon Palma and Pablo Rubio, they're kicking things off in an 8-rounder. So, Antonio, we have our first title fight, the knockout artist Jai Alvarado making his U.S. debut. What can we expect?
I think we can expect fireworks. I'm so happy for the fans because I just believe we're in for a special night tonight. You know, Jai Alvarado is one of those guys that, you know, he has these viral moments when he knocks these guys out. And what makes him special is he's a technical fighter and he disguises that knockout power so very well, coming from the southpaw stance.
And Kriegel, you spent a lot of time with this guy. I can't wait for that interview, which we're going to show in just a little bit.
Jai Alvarado combines Olympic pedigree. I mean, this kid, when he was a kid, qualified for the Olympic team at the age of 16 with an incredibly violent style. What defines him, though, was the July 2nd, 2022, he fought Maris Briedis, then the so-called boogeyman of the division. And he won despite a twice broken jaw. That's fighting for a higher purpose. And when he goes in there, he carries the family name. He's a 4th-generation fighter, the family honor, all on his back.
Yeah, and he wants to be undisputed. Taking a look here, Jai Alvarado has scored knockouts in each of his last 4 fights. Unbelievable. And his last 3 opponents were a combined 50-0 when he faced them. Meanwhile, his opponent this time, Brandon Glanton, has never been knocked down. Gentlemen, Antonio, how can Brandon win this fight?
I think Brandon's going to definitely have to get out of the early rounds. That's important. And it's not about if he can hit him, it's what he can make him miss with. I think it's going to be imperative for him to win this fight. But if Brandon can probably land a shot, that pressure,
driving him into the ropes.
That pressure is relentless, as you can see. And he let his hands go, and he has power. So, you know, he has a puncher's chance in this fight. And if it goes longer, I think he better his chances.
Kriegel is a come-forward guy. What are you expecting?
He was very clear when we sat down a couple of weeks ago. He says, listen, my one way of winning this fight is to get inside and take care of business. He sees himself as bullying the bully. Well, that remains to be seen. Theoretically, it makes some sense. I've heard boxing people say if Jai has a weakness, it's on the inside. Again, remains to be seen. But what's really interesting to me is that what Jai said, what's the price he's willing to pay? How many punches can he eat to get in?
Well, our Hardy Andrel sat down with Jai yesterday. Let's send it out to them.
Child, your father's in your corner, family, a ton of fans at the press conference. Just take me through what that support system does for you on fight night.
It's pretty special. You know, I wasn't expecting, the press conference and all the supporters there, but it caught me a bit as a surprise. But I was just trying not to look down at the front rows and see my family start tearing up. So it's a pretty special moment for us to be here.
You mentioned tearing up. I'm sure. I know you said belts don't really matter to you, right? But it's about the legacy. What would be the inaugural Zuffa champion do for your legacy?
It's not that the belts don't matter. I just mean, the title of it. You know what I mean? It's not the material. The belt's a bonus. You know what I mean? But they all matter, obviously. But man, the Zuffa title, it's a new chapter. And I'm proud to be here. It's a big movement. And like I said, man, I'm chasing undisputed, and to have the Zuffa belt as well, I'm going to be the first.
You've got a tough guy in front of you in Brandon Glanton. He's never been down. He's never been out. What is it going to take to finish a guy like Brandon Glanton?
Man, you just got to win. You know, it's not always about the finish. You know, we just got to fight smart, do our job. You know, it's exciting. It's an exciting fight for here in America, and earning my respect.
Absolutely, and your first one under us. So
Heidi, thanks. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape now. Jai Opetaia has a 2-inch height advantage, but Brandon Blanton has the reach advantage by 3 inches. And that southpaw left hand of Jai has ended many of his fights. And speaking of Jai, it's been a busy weekend for him. Let's go All Access.
I'm proud to be here.
I'm just
I love
making
and
sure. Who has
respect the
my
sport. I'm just getting used to all these cameras, and I'm sure it's going to be a hard fight. We're prepared for a hard fight, so let's get it on.
Thank you, Josh.
There's always pressure. Every fight's important. Every fight's led to these moments. The pressures never fades. It's kind of like a religion to me. That's why we train the way we train. Animals, chase